Hey friends, I want to talk about something while I'm using the last color out of my ColourPop palette here. The last color scheme. Anyways, I want to talk about Agenda 2030 because I've seen a lot of people making videos about this. Um, a lot of people in the comments, they're like, we don't understand, what is this, I've never heard of this before. So I figured we could talk about it today together so people will know what it is. Now let's make the long story shorter. Okay, basically a whole lot of big important people in the world, some of them in my opinion are not important, but I digress. um, and they decided that because of how what's happening in the world, what's going to happen later in the world, um, they need to do something. They need to start working on a plan to basically save the world before it goes to crap. That got a little out of control. Anyway, so basically, in this plan, they will have smart cities. A smart city, well, you're probably wondering what that means. A smart city, like we basically, you know how like we have all these different neighborhoods. Some people live off in the country by themselves. That they don't want that to be a thing anymore. They'll basically um, tear down slowly tear down all these other places, and they'll build these tiny cities, and everybody has to live in there together. Now, how all of these people are supposed to fit in those cities, I don't know, unless they didn't intend on having so many people by the time this takes effect. I don't know. So you'll all be living in these tiny little cities together. Um, there'll be like, of course, like little shopping places, like little restaurants, a grocery store, yada yada yada. But basically, there'll be really strict rules. Like you will only be able to have so many new clothing items per year. You will not be able to drive a car. They'll have like smart buses or like smart bikes, or this is not looking how I want it to look, or yada yada. Um, they they have all these things planned out. You can only consume a certain amount of calories per day. This is all in their plans. I'll have to try to go back and find all the documents and go over all the things. But basically, that's what it says. Now, let me think about how I want to say that. Now, they say it's to end poverty, end hunger, yada, yada, yada. There's other ways we can do that besides doing this. Now, when you get done watching this, I want you to go look at, you can look it up on Google. You can look all this up on Google, friend. Look up NEOM and what exactly NEOM is. I want you to also look up the line. Now, the line is they've already been working on this. Um, these are both in Saudi Arabia. Let's just talk about the line. I guess I didn't mess this up. We're gonna use the sparkly pink color. Anyway, so the line, it is one humongous structure, okay? And it is gonna stretch a very long way. So basically, all the citizens of Saudi Arabia, they're all gonna live in here together. They will have shopping plazas, people will be working, all of the things. And that's just going to be their home. Now, basically, this is what I'm gathering, friends. Just from different things I've read online about why these things are happening. Basically, it's like they want the earth to grow back as if we were not on it. Does that make sense? They want the forests to grow up. I mean, all the paved roads covered. Everything how it's supposed to be, you know? I don't really know why they wouldn't want us to do. I'm doing a redo because this didn't turn out how I wanted. I really don't know why here we wouldn't be doing the same thing as what they're doing in Saudi Arabia, because their plan seems to be a lot better of a plan than our plan. Okay. Their plan doesn't even involve cars, for G's sake. Like you won't be, there won't be all these little individual neighborhoods. There won't be any of that. So you won't have to get any fines for trying to leave your district or anything like that. So I don't know why every country is not just doing what Saudi Arabia is doing. Now, I want to talk about this. Do you remember the other day when we were talking about climate change, and also that we are currently right now still in an ice age, and about the ice melting? You know what I mean? Do you remember everything we talked about? If not, go back and find it, and then come back here. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a coincidence that the timing, where the scientists say that by 2030, all these things will be happening on Earth, and now, well, not now, they already planned this, so they had to have known before, all of this with Agenda 2030. Maybe they indeed are knowing that there won't be all that many of us to corral, because wouldn't these things take out a whole lot of people? I mean, crippling heat waves, coastal flooding, crop failures, people will not be able to eat, it'll be too hot, most of the elderly and young. I don't think that's a coincidence. You can think it is if you want to, but I think they knew way back then what would be coming. And they were trying to figure out something, somewhere to put everyone, somewhere to fit everyone. You know what I mean? And this part really upsets me, okay? Because I've heard so many people talking about Donald Trump and oh, he knew about all of this and yada. Of course he did. Of course he did. Why wouldn't he? But I want to tell y'all something. Everything good ain't good. It's just not. Once you start understanding that all these higher up people in the world know all the things that we're not ever going to know, life starts to make a whole lot more sense, okay? Because listen, at the end of the day, they know something is coming, and they're all just trying to figure it out. And why wouldn't you involve the richest people in the world to help fund all of this? You know what I'm saying? Of course he knew. I get so tired of people saying he didn't know. These people are not stupid, y'all. They're not stupid. They know what's happening, what's going on. They do. So basically that's what Agenda 2030 is. And all countries around the world have been taking their own part in this, doing, getting things ready for what's coming. I mean, look at all of that in St. Louis. That's going on right now. It's part of preparing for what is coming. So that's what it is. And if you have any questions, there's even videos on TikTok about NEOM and the line. So I suggest you look those up so you can really see yourself what that looks like. And yeah. Anyway, I figured that I'd clear that up for some people, because so many people have no idea what people are talking about when they say Agenda 2030 or Project 2025. So there you go.